Welcome to Finding Holiness, where we delve into timeless Torah wisdom, revealing the sacred in everyday moments. Join us on a journey to elevate your spirituality and discover holiness in every aspect of life. I'm your host, Rabbi David Kadosh, and together, let's embark on a path of spiritual exploration. I hope you enjoy this next episode. Okay, continuing with the laws of Deot that we started yesterday, the laws of character development. The Rambam in the first parak, Halacha Gimel, writes, Shne ketzavot harechokot zo mizo, shebechol de'a vede'a, enan derech tova. We spoke yesterday about the two extremes, right? The extremes of each of the Middot, both good and bad. He says if you follow any of these extremes, that is not the proper path. Ve'en ra'ui lo la'adam lalechet bahen, ve'lo lelamedan la'atzmo. And it is not appropriate for a person to follow them or to teach himself that path. Ve'im matzah tiv'o noteh le'achat mehen o muchan le'achat mehen. And if he notices that his nature is leaning towards one of these extremes, so he's drifting to the right or to the left, or shekvar lumad achat mehen v'nahag ba, or he learned one of these ways and he's now accustoming himself to it, yahazir atzmo lemutav, he should return to what is right, ve'yelech bederech hatovim, and walk in the correct way, vehi haderech hayeshara, and this is what he terms the straight path, the path, the proper path. Now, if you want to know more specifically what the proper path is, that's the subject of Halacha Dalet. Halacha Dalet. Haderech hayeshara, this straight path, hi midah benonit, which is the middle. Shebekol de'a vede'a mikol deot sheyesh la'adam. The middle path of all the midot, all the traits that a person has. Vehi hade'a shehi rechoka mishenei haketzavot richuk shaveh. And is exactly smack in the middle, perfectly distanced between one end and the other end. Ve'ena kerova lo lazo ve'lo lazo, and it is not near this extreme or that extreme. Ulfichach tzivu chachamim harishonim sheyeh adam sham de'otav tamid. That's why the rabbis taught us and commanded us that we evaluate. Lashum is to evaluate our midot constantly. Umsha'er otam, and measure them, chaven otam, and direct them baderech ha'emtza'it, to the middle. Kedesh sheyesh shalem, and this is how he becomes complete, how he becomes complete in his midot, correct in his midot. Ketzad, what's an example? How is this so? Lo yeh ba'al chema noach lichos. A person should not be an angry person, easy to get angry. Velo kamet she'eno margish. And at the same time, he shouldn't be like a dead person who has no feelings, who is totally immune to any form of emotion. Ela benoni, we should be middle. Lo yichos ela davar gadol sheraui lichos elav. He should only get upset when it's something worthy to get upset. Kedei shelo yaseh kayotze bo pam acheret, so that it doesn't lead him to get angry another time. V'chen lo yit'aveh ela lidvarim shaguf tzarich lahem. He should only have a desire, he should only feel lust towards something that his body needs. Ve'yefshar lichyot bezulatan, and something that he cannot live without. Ka'inyan shneimar, like the pasuk says in Mishleh, tzaddik ochel lesova nafsho. A tzaddik eats, but he only eats because his soul needs to be satiated. That's why he eats. He doesn't sit there and act gluttonous and just pound food because it's something that he can't stop thinking about. No, he needs food to survive. He needs food to run his day-to-day activities, and that's why he eats. וכן לא יעמל בעסקו אלא להשיג דבר שצריך לו לחיי שעה. As well, a person shouldn't be so engaged in his business unless it's for something that he needs for that moment. I make money so that I can live now. I don't, all about the modern day society, the American way of living, North American way of living is I save for what's the future. I save for what is going to become, the retirement. I spend all my money making money so that I can retire. What's going to be? It's going to be, I don't even know what's going to be tomorrow. You have to ask me what's going to be now in 40 years, 50 years when I retire. All right? What's going to be, worry about what you have now, what you need now. Again, like David HaMelech says in Tehillim, Tov me'at la tzaddik. Okay, what is considered Tov la tzaddik? Me'at, a little bit. V'lo yikbotz yado yoter. A person should not clench his hand a lot, meaning be stingy. V'lo yifazer kol mamono. And not at the same time, not just give away all your money. Ela noten tzedakah kefi misat yado. You give charity according to what you can. Umalve karaui lemi shetzarich. And you lend out to those that need. V'lo yehe meholel v'sochek. You shouldn't be overly joyous and elate and laughing. V'lo atzeh ve'onen. Or depressed and sad. Ela sameach kol yamav benachat. You just be happy, benachat. Walk around with a smile. You show everybody a good countenance. Besever panim yafot. V'chen she'ar deotav. And the same thing applies with all the other deot, with all the other traits that we have. V'derech zu hi derech hachachamim. And this is what he refers to as the way of the wise, the way of the chacham. Everyone has their own definition of what a chacham is. Here he tells you what a chacham is. A chacham is a person who manages to find this path, this derech hayeshara. Kol adam shedeotav kulam deot benonit memutzaot. Any person where his midot and his traits, his characteristics are that of the middle and they're measured, nikra chacham. That is who a chacham is. Not about how much you know, not the knowledge, not how much Torah that you have, not how much how fast you are in calculations and in arithmetic, or how well you can write an essay, or whether you can point out, every country in Europe. That is not the definition of chacham. A chacham is a person that he's able to measure carefully his midot, and that's how he attains the status of someone who is wise. You look at that person, you say, wow, that's a chacham, a person who is able, because it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of knowledge. It takes a self-introspection of how did I do today? Was I too angry? Was I too sad? Was I too giving? Was I overly elate? These are things that a person has to measure, and that's how he attains the status of a chacham. B'ezrat Hashem, we will continue next time.